Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Keisha Phillips Show. In this particular episode, I wanted to update my listeners, and I want you to know that you're going to find my podcast on several podcast apps. I also want you to know that eventually I may no longer be using Spotify, but I may be going to another platform in order that I can do more live and actually create videos and actually upload me actually in person when I'm actually doing the podcast at that time. So I want you to know that these are some exciting things that I am working on for the Keisha Phillips Show. And I want to take a moment to thank you for your support thus far. And I hope that you have found the Keisha Phillips Show to be captivating and intriguing, and that you have been able to relate to the message in which I have been sharing, and that you have been able to be in tune with the conversation. After my last podcast, my last episode, I decided to not to continue talking about the empowerment in women. I also went into sustainable goals. I'm not sure if you're familiar with sustainable goals, but there's 17 sustainable goals, and we're going to be talking about each one, a new goal each day. So that's going to be part of 17 episodes to come. I also want to share with you that we're not going to go into the topic empowerment when it comes to men and women. We're not going to go into that. So I have did several episodes in reference to the topic, and I hope that you were able to be uplifted, that you were able to get insight and have an understanding as to my views, my opinions when it comes to empowerment and when it comes to women. I also want to leave you with this quote. Believe in yourself and be proud of who you are. Don't let anyone tell you differently. There is beauty in everyone, and no one should stop you from growing into a confident and strong person. I want you to also realize that women are never stronger than when they arm themselves with their weakness. You don't have to play masculine to be a strong woman. You know, when you think about your strength, when you think about the things that you have the capabilities of being able to do, understand your potential. As women achieve power, the barriers will fall. There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. Please be mindful that when we lift up each other, we lift up our families, we lift up the communities, we lift up our economies, and we lift up America, the United States of America and surrounding continents. Do we have to have a certain amount of power to have success? No, we don't. A woman with a voice is by definition a strong woman. I don't want anybody to feel that you should not pursue your goals and your dreams, or you should take a lesser position because a man is in the position that you want. If there's anything in this life that you want to strive for, then you strive for it. It's just that simple, whether you're a male or female. You got goals, set your goals. And then do the things that you need to do that's necessary to lead you in the path of that success in order to achieve and to attain that goal. I've never said, and I did not say today, that women, nor men, because you have some women that's in some positions that outweigh men. And it goes both ways, but not one time did I ever say that you should not, strive to reach your dreams and your goals. Not one time did you hear me say that you should not pursue an opportunity just because that opportunity has never been held by a female or never been held by a man. Not one time, because I have an opportunity. I have opportunities that I am pursuing. And I'm going to continue to pursue the opportunity. And maybe one day you will look up and I may be in that opportunity, fulfilling that opportunity. And if it happens, then I will clearly say that we have impacted this nation and change is inevitable, that change has happened, change has occurred. But as we move on into the next topic, I want to talk about, in this conversation, what's your favorite wine? How many people really take the time and know the health benefits when it comes to wine? How many people drink wine? I decided to just kind of change it into something just a little bit more different. You know, how many people know a lot about wine? How many people ever been to the wine factory or wine gallery or wine tasting? How many people like wine? Do you like red wine or white wine? Do you like champagne? You know, how many people know a lot about wine? And the reason why I'm asking that question is because I like to drink wine. I think wine is one of my favorite things to drink out of all the things that I drink. And I'm not a hard drinker. I don't drink any type of dark liquor. But I love wine. And I don't drink all forms of wine. But I do like wine. And when you ask the question, what is the best wine? I'm not going to go into all the in-depths of wine, but what I wanted to go into was the benefits of wine and the health benefits of wine. Okay? And the health benefits of wine are, how many people have heard that wine adds years to your life? You have health benefits. That red wine contains the antioxidants that can help keep blood vessels flexible and healthy, which will help you, that's under heart health, which would help prevent clotting. How many people have heard about wine and red wines and how it helps to fight against cancer? How many people have heard how red wine helps fight against diabetes or the risk of getting diabetes? How many people have heard that red wine helps lower cholesterol or prevent you from getting cardiovascular disease? It helps your blood sugar. It also is longevity. It adds longevity because it has that resveratrol, a compound that may activate proteins in the body that help protect against aging diseases. How many people have heard that red wine antioxidants may help with weight loss? It helps by promoting the burning of abdominal fat. How many people have heard about the digestion, that red wine may help with digestion by supporting the good bacteria in digestive tract that help break down food? Now, that's the benefits of red wine, okay? Now, I'm going to be truthful. My favorite is white wine. I do drink red wine, don't get me wrong. But I also like the white wine. The benefits of drinking wine: it raises your HDL cholesterol, which also is called good cholesterol. It keeps the blood clots from forming. It helps prevent artery damage from high levels of LDL cholesterol. And it may improve how well the lymph cells that line the blood vessels work. So wine does have a lot of extremely good benefits. Okay. But if you think about you drink it in moderation, you think about the antioxidants and all these things. And I just wanted to share that with you about the health benefits of wine and the many ways that it can help, people that have those certain issues. It's just one of those health benefits. I also wanted to use this episode, and I wanted to talk about the benefits of self-love. How many people have self-love? Self-love is the best love. How many people have heard it? That self-love is the best love. That you are your own priority. Fall in love with taking care of yourself. Self-love is the key to a joyful life. You are enough just as you are. Now, think about that. How many people have heard those quotes? You can carry so much love in your heart. Give some to yourself. How many people have heard one or two of those quotes? Treat yourself like someone you love. Our first and last love is self-love. Do you agree with that? I agree with that tremendously. Self-love is the best love. Be your own kind of beautiful. You are your own priority. Fall in love with taking care of yourself. And that's exactly what I have done. I have fallen in love with taking care of myself. You hear me say it throughout episodes. I love myself. I make myself a priority. Because I am a priority, just like you're a priority. I don't want women to feel that I want you to be submissive to your man, that I want you to take any type of treatment from the person that's defined as your significant other, because I would never, ever, ever condone that. But what I do want you to do is take time for yourself. Love yourself. The greatest love that you can give is to yourself. You don't need a man's approval to validate who you are as a woman. We sometimes find ourselves in situations or relationships where our man is not our backbone. He doesn't give us the love or the support that we need. He's not encouraging. He's not supportive. He's not trying to see you reach or fulfill your goals. He don't want to see you have that success. He don't want to see you do anything that can, where you're making more money than he's making, or you got a higher title than he's having, and things like that. We run into those issues, and I've ran into those issues, so I know what that is like. But do I hear wedding bells? No, I don't. Do I see a man putting a ring on my finger and saying, let's get married? Let's plan our wedding? People talk about it, but that's talk. Anybody can talk. I'm talking right now. I'm having a conversation about it right now. But am I going to sit down and start planning a wedding? No, I'm not. Because things like that requires what? Action. It requires you to put action behind the things in which you are speaking. I'm not a mind reader. Okay, I don't know that, you want to get married if you ain't saying let's get married. Let's sit down and plan a wedding. Let's go look at this venue. Let's decide on our wedding colors. We can't go to that next step because that next step requires what? Two people. I'm in one state and you in another state, but do people have long distance relationships? They do all the time. All the time. But again, I'm not a mind reader. So how do I know that you want to get married if you haven't said, let's get married. I want you to be my wife. I want to be your husband. I want to share my life with you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Do people even do that anymore? See, we always find ourselves getting into that subject of knowing your potential. Would you date yourself? Relationships, the good, the bad, what should you accept? Why shouldn't you accept certain things? Do people even, do this even exist in relationships anymore? Do people even date anymore? You know, we get back to the subject about a contract marriage. A marriage that somebody decided months or years ago that you and this person was going to get married. And now all of a sudden you got to be getting ready to get married to a person and you like, what? And now we supposed to just get married and we just supposed to just what? But people say, well, ain't nobody marrying for love no more. Is that really true? And people not dating, people ain't getting to know each other. It's not about love. It's just all about whatever the agreement and arrangement. So I guess when you look up, you're going to see that I'm marrying a prince. A prince. Yes, it is about appearances, status, titles, the foundation of the world. Because that is the way that we're shaping the future. I'm Keisha. And you've been listening to the Keisha Phillips Show.